Reality itself bends when consciousness awakens to its true power. The veil between past, present, and future dissolves the moment you understand that time is not your master, but your most obedient servant. For millennia, the guardians of ancient wisdom have safeguarded the most profound secret of existence, the ability to navigate, influence, and reshape the very fabric of temporal reality through consciousness alone. Tonight, the silence breaks. The Chronos Protocol, a collection of forbidden techniques once reserved for the highest initiates of mystery schools, has been declassified for those ready to transcend the illusion of linear time and step into their role as conscious architects of reality. The mystics of ancient Egypt knew it. The Hermetic masters practiced it. The quantum physicists of today are rediscovering it. Time is not the rigid, unchangeable river flowing in one direction that society has conditioned you to believe. It is an ocean of infinite possibilities, where every wave represents a different timeline, a different version of your existence, waiting for your consciousness to select and experience it. The prison of linear perception has kept humanity trapped in a single strand of possibility, when an entire web of potential realities exists simultaneously, accessible to those who possess the keys. If this revelation ignites a fire within your consciousness, and you sense that you are meant to master these sacred arts, ensure you are subscribed and have activated the notification bell, for this knowledge represents the beginning of a journey that will fundamentally alter your relationship with existence itself. The first revelation of the Chronos Protocol shatters the foundation of everything you have been taught about the nature of time. Linear time is the greatest illusion ever imposed upon human consciousness. The belief that past events are frozen in immutable history, that the present moment is a fleeting instant, and that the future exists only as uncertain potential, represents the most sophisticated form of mental imprisonment ever devised. The truth, hidden within the deepest chambers of esoteric wisdom, reveals that time operates as a multi-dimensional matrix where all moments exist simultaneously in the eternal now. Consider this profound truth. When you remember a childhood experience, you are not accessing a dead recording of the past. You are establishing a living, energetic connection with a moment that continues to exist in the quantum field of infinite possibility. When you envision your desired future, you are not creating fantasy but tuning into a timeline that already exists, waiting for your consciousness to align with its frequency. The past, present, and future are not separate points on a line but different rooms within the same infinite mansion of existence, and consciousness is the master key that opens every door. The ancient Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, reveals that just as consciousness can move freely through the dimensions of thought and imagination, it can also navigate the dimensions of time. The limitation exists not in the structure of reality, but in the programming of human perception. From birth, society conditions you to experience time as a prison, trapping you within the narrow corridor of linear progression. But consciousness, in its unlimited nature, recognizes no such boundaries. The Chronos Protocol teaches that time responds to consciousness, like a musical instrument responds to the touch of a skilled musician. Every thought, every emotion, every focused intention sends ripples through the temporal matrix, creating resonances that attract corresponding experiences from across all timelines. The mystics called this the law of synchronicity, while modern quantum physicists describe it as the observer effect, but both point to the same fundamental truth. Consciousness is the active force that collapses infinite possibilities into experienced reality. The second great revelation unveils the practical art of quantum leaping between timelines, allowing you to consciously shift from your current reality into a preferred version of existence where your desired outcomes have already manifested. This is not metaphor or wishful thinking, but a precise technology of consciousness that operates according to specific laws and principles. Timeline jumping begins with understanding that infinite versions of yourself exist across countless parallel realities. In one timeline, you have already achieved every goal you currently desire. In another, you have overcome every challenge you currently face. In yet another, you embody the highest version of your potential. These are not distant possibilities, but present realities existing in parallel dimensions of experience, separated from your current timeline only by differences in vibrational frequency. The first technique of conscious timeline shifting is the desired reality resonance, a profound meditative practice that attunes your consciousness to the energetic signature of your preferred future. Enter a state of deep relaxation where the boundaries between imagination and reality begin to dissolve. From this expanded state of awareness, begin to construct a vivid, multi-sensory experience of your desired reality as if it is happening in this very moment. See every detail with crystal clarity. Hear the sounds that surround you in this new reality. Feel the emotions that arise from living this experience. Smell the fragrances in the air. Taste the sweetness of success and fulfillment. The key lies not in the visualization itself, but in generating the authentic emotional and energetic state that corresponds to already living in that reality. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and an actual experience when both carry the same emotional intensity and sensory richness. As you practice this technique, you begin to embody the vibrational frequency of your desired timeline, creating a magnetic attraction that draws you toward that version of reality. The second technique, the quantum bridge visualization, creates a conscious pathway between your current reality and your desired timeline. In a state of expanded awareness, visualize yourself standing at the edge of your current reality, with your desired timeline visible in the distance like a magnificent city of light. Between these two realities, construct a bridge of pure energy, made from your intention, will, and unwavering belief in your ability to cross from one reality to another. Begin walking across this bridge with complete confidence, feeling your cellular structure and energetic field adjusting with each step to match the frequency of your destination. As you reach the midpoint of the bridge, feel yourself releasing all attachment to the limitations and circumstances of your old reality. With each subsequent step, feel yourself integrating more fully with the energetic signature of your new timeline. When you reach the other side, anchor yourself completely in this new reality through a powerful declaration of gratitude and ownership. The third technique involves creating physical anchor points that serve as tangible reminders and reinforcement mechanisms for your timeline shift. Select specific objects, affirmations, scents, or physical gestures that represent your desired reality. Every time you encounter these anchors in your daily life, they trigger an automatic activation of the energetic state associated with your preferred timeline, gradually strengthening your connection to that reality until the shift becomes permanent. The mechanism underlying timeline jumping operates through the principle that consciousness serves as the selector switch in the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Reality is not happening to you, but is being continuously created by you through your choices of focus, belief, and emotional engagement. By consciously choosing to align your internal state with a different timeline, you effectively change the channel of your experience to a new frequency of reality. The third great revelation ventures into the most controversial territory of temporal manipulation, the art of retro-causality, or the ability to influence and heal events in what appears to be the past. While mainstream science struggles to accept this possibility, the deepest traditions of esoteric wisdom have always understood that linear time is an illusion, and therefore the past remains as malleable as the future for consciousness operating from expanded awareness. The foundation of retro-causal healing rests on the understanding that all moments exist simultaneously in the eternal present. What you call the past is not a fixed recording, but a living, energetic imprint that continues to influence your current reality through unresolved emotional charges, limiting beliefs, and energetic entanglements. These past events maintain their power over your present experience only as long as they remain unhealed and unintegrated. The energetic rewriting technique provides a method for revisiting past events, not to change the factual details, but to transform your energetic relationship with them. Enter a meditative state and allow your consciousness to travel back to a specific past event that continues to create limitation or suffering in your present life. Observe the event, from your current perspective of wisdom and understanding, recognizing patterns and dynamics that were invisible to you at the time. Now, instead of experiencing yourself as the victim of circumstances, step into the role of the conscious healer. Send waves of compassion, forgiveness, and understanding to all parties involved, including your past self. Visualize golden light surrounding the entire situation, transforming the energetic charge from pain and limitation into wisdom and empowerment. Feel the heavy emotional weight lifting from that timeline as the negative imprint dissolves and is replaced with loving acceptance. The profound truth is that by changing your present moment relationship with past events, you literally alter their energetic signature and thereby their influence on your current reality. The past event itself may remain factually unchanged, but its power to create suffering and limitation in your life is completely neutralized. Forgiveness emerges as the master key for temporal healing, not as a moral obligation, but as a practical technology for breaking energetic bonds with painful timelines. True forgiveness does not condone harmful actions or pretend that damage did not occur. Instead, it represents a conscious choice to reclaim your power from the past by refusing to continue carrying the energetic burden of resentment, anger, or victimhood. When you forgive completely, you sever the energetic cords that tether you to painful timelines, effectively freeing yourself to access more empowered versions of reality. This forgiveness extends not only to others, but perhaps most importantly to yourself, releasing the self-imposed limitations and judgments that keep you trapped in cycles of repetitive experience. The practice of ancestral timeline healing recognizes that your personal timeline is woven together with the timelines of your ancestors, creating patterns and themes that repeat across generations until they are consciously addressed and healed. By healing your own relationship with specific themes such as scarcity, unworthiness, or abandonment, you send healing energy backward through time to address the original wounds in your ancestral line and forward through time to prevent these patterns from affecting future generations. The mechanism of retro-causal healing operates through the principle that all time exists in the eternal now from the perspective of higher dimensional consciousness. When you access expanded states of awareness through meditation, visualization, or other consciousness technologies, you transcend the limitations of linear time perception and gain access to the quantum field, where all moments are equally present and malleable. The fourth great revelation addresses the sacred responsibility that accompanies the mastery of temporal manipulation. The Chronos Protocol emphasizes that true power over time comes not from the ability to impose your will upon reality, but from the wisdom to align your will with the highest good of all existence. The ethical practice of chrononautics begins with purifying your intentions. Before engaging in any timeline shifting or temporal healing work, examine your motivations with complete honesty. Are you seeking to escape from necessary lessons and growth opportunities? Are you attempting to manipulate others or circumstances for purely selfish gain? Or are you working to align yourself more fully with your highest potential and purpose? The universe operates according to laws of harmony and balance that transcend individual desires. When your timeline shifting work aligns with these higher laws, reality responds with cooperation and support. When it operates against them, you encounter resistance, confusion, and unintended consequences. The wise chrononaut learns to sense the difference between personal will and divine will, choosing to work in partnership with the greater intelligence that orchestrates all existence. The practice of ethical time manipulation focuses primarily on healing and improving your personal timeline, rather than attempting to alter major historical events or manipulate the experiences of others without their conscious participation. Your sphere of legitimate influence extends throughout your personal reality and to those who have given explicit or implicit permission for your healing work. The potential for paradoxes exists whenever consciousness intervenes in temporal structures, but these paradoxes resolve themselves naturally when your work operates from genuine love, wisdom, and respect for the free will of all beings. The universe possesses infinite intelligence for maintaining harmony and coherence across all timelines, automatically making adjustments to prevent destructive contradictions while honoring the positive changes you create. The mastery of chrononautics ultimately leads to the recognition that you are not separate from time, but are time itself, expressing as individualized consciousness. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are the very forces that weave the fabric of temporal reality. By taking responsibility for your creative power and wielding it with wisdom, you become a conscious co-creator with the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all existence. The development of temporal mastery progresses through distinct stages. Initially, you learn to observe the malleable nature of your personal timeline through practices like the desired reality resonance and quantum bridge visualization. As your skills develop, you gain the ability to make more significant shifts in your reality, healing past wounds and manifesting desired outcomes with increasing ease and precision. Advanced practitioners develop the capacity for timeline stabilization, learning to anchor their consciousness in preferred realities so completely that external circumstances have diminished power to pull them back into limiting patterns. They master the art of quantum coherence, maintaining conscious awareness of multiple timelines simultaneously, while choosing moment by moment which version of reality to experience. The ultimate stage of chrononautic development transcends personal timeline manipulation entirely, evolving into service as a guardian and healer of the collective human timeline. These masters work behind the scenes of consensus reality, gently guiding humanity toward timelines of greater harmony, wisdom, and spiritual evolution, while respecting the free will choices that create individual and collective experience. The Chronos Protocol serves as a gateway into these profound possibilities, offering the initial techniques and understanding necessary for beginning your journey as a conscious navigator of time and reality. The practices outlined within its pages represent thousands of years of accumulated wisdom, distilled into forms accessible to dedicated seekers ready to transcend the limitations of linear time consciousness. As you begin experimenting with these techniques, approach them with the reverence and responsibility they deserve. Start with small personal applications, gradually building your skills and understanding before attempting more complex interventions. Keep detailed records of your experiences, noting the relationship between your internal state, your practice, and the changes that manifest in your external reality. Remember that developing mastery over time requires patience, persistence, and above all, absolute honesty with yourself about your motivations and results. The universe will test your wisdom and integrity as your power grows, ensuring that only those ready to serve the highest good gain access to the deeper mysteries of temporal manipulation. The journey of conscious chrononautics represents one of the most profound adventures available to human consciousness. By stepping beyond the illusion of linear time and embracing your role as a conscious creator of reality, you reclaim your birthright as a being of unlimited potential, capable of healing the past, creating an empowered present, and co-creating a future that serves the highest evolution of all existence. The path now opens before you. The techniques have been revealed. The Chronos Protocol awaits your devoted study and practice. Your consciousness possesses all the power necessary to transcend the prison of linear time and step into the freedom of multidimensional existence. The only question remaining is whether you will choose to walk through the doorway that has been opened or remain trapped in the comfortable familiarity of temporal limitation. The choice, as always, exists in the eternal now, where all power resides and all possibilities await your conscious selection. Time bends to consciousness, reality responds to will, and the future belongs to those brave enough to claim their power as conscious architects of existence itself. The time has come to begin your transformation from a passive observer of time to an active creator of temporal reality. Share this knowledge with others ready to break free from the illusion of linear limitation. Comment below with your experiences as you begin practicing these techniques, and let the community of awakening consciousness support your journey into mastery. The revolution of human consciousness begins with individuals like you choosing to reclaim their creative power over time and reality itself.